We all know that eating too much meat, especially red meat, is really not a good idea, with side effects that span from weight gain to cancer. But may a diet consisting of only healthy foods be bad for your health? Join me today and learn with me how vegans age and if it's worth it to give up those delicious maple glazed bacon stripes. Bacon, everybody? No? No? I'm Arturo Arcos, this is envejecer. Let's begin. Veganism, more than a dietary plan, is a philosophy of life. Vegans avoid the direct or indirect use of animals for human consumption, not only in what we eat like meat, eggs, and dairy, but also in goods that we employ like glue, wool, and leather. Unlike vegetarians who don't tend to be this strict and may use and eat some byproducts. Vegans promote a healthy way of eating full of fresh, mostly raw fruits and vegetables, and grains, legumes, and cereals to compensate for the lack of meat protein. And even when some vegans may not like the idea, in recent years veganism has become somewhat of a fad, with their numbers growing and growing because we've bought the idea that being a vegan equals being healthy. But is it true? Well, not really. At least not in the long run. Humans are omnivore creatures. Our bodies are designed to obtain nutrients from both animal and vegetable sources, and by cutting off an entire food group, we also deny ourselves some of the stuff that we need to have healthy lives. In the case of vegans, two food groups: protein and fat. Protein is the fuel we need for everything, from growing muscle to paying attention, and a lack of it will put you in higher risk of all kinds of illnesses, really. I mean, you name it. Arthritis, heart failure, dementia, depression, anxiety, loss of muscle mass. Fat, on the other hand, despite its bad reputation, is needed to absorb certain types of vitamins. Those vitamins can be found in vegetables, but fat can't. So even when you eat healthy, without the proper dose of fat, your body can't process the healthy stuff. And you may say, oh please, you can get protein and fat from nuts, soy, and beans. And yes, you technically can, but it's just not the same. The protein found in base plant food is not as easily absorbed by our bodies. In fact, if your sources of protein rely just on plants, you will have to eat greater amounts to have less than the amount meat, fish, or eggs will give you. And yes, legumes, nuts, and vegetable oils are sources of fat, but again, you need bigger portions to not be malnourished. And that's it? You have to eat more? Oh, what a problem to have! You are free to eat a lot! Yeah, it's kind of a problem, because vegans, in need of compensation, consume too many carbohydrates. Think about it. Anything but vegetables have a lot of carbs. And yes, that includes fruits. More on that later. So if your sources for protein and fat are grains, cereals, fruits, oils, and legumes, you will be overdosing your body on stuff like carbs and sugar. So if you're planning on becoming a vegan to lose weight, think again. And okay, you may want to avoid eating that many carbs. But if you do, you'll fall short on, you guess it, protein and fat. And the more restrictive the diet is, the harder it becomes to have a healthy nutrition. Raw vegans, those who eat mostly raw food, can eat most legumes because the human body can't process them. They would get sick. So they increase their consumption of fruits, which in turn increases the risk of developing diabetes. Vegans are in risk of becoming diabetic. Who would have thought? Also, collagen is mostly obtained through meat products, so your skin will age faster, and your hair will grow thinner, and your veins and arteries will become more rigid. Oh, this is crap. I am a vegan and I feel fine. Yeah. Now, when you acquire a healthy lifestyle, you make integral changes. You modify your eating habits and start exercising, or sleeping better, or meditating. If you're used to eat burgers and fries in every meal and then change it to salad and water, of course you will feel great. Not only for what you're eating now, but because of what you're not putting down your pie hole, fruit hole, no, too much sugar, spinach hole, hashtag spinach hole. But on the long run, a vegan diet becomes too much to handle, and you can seriously damage your body trying to stick it to it too rigorously. Well, eating a lot of meat is worse. Yeah, it is worse. But let's not fall into extremes. That's why vegetarians tend to be healthier than most. They see animal products as an exception, so they don't get too much of them. Honestly, people, we eat too much meat. Let's all calm the F down. Now, is it possible to be a vegan and age healthy? Yeah, sure, it's possible. But you need to have a very delicate balance between what you eat and what you don't eat. Again, you are suppressing almost entirely 2 food groups, and honestly, that's never a good idea. So if you want to stick to veganism because of ethical, personal, spiritual reasons, just try going to a nutritionist first. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please let us know what you think and what you want us to talk about in the future. Through envejecer, we want to make the world a better place to age in, and it's very important to have your help. So if you like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe. I am Arturo Arcos. I'll see you next week with more original content. Thank you for watching envejecer. Until next time.